back for game 2. Alright, so we're on like a 4-win streak right now, which is awesome. And we're at rank 16 right now, Silver Division. I'm absolutely going to be climbing at least into gold in the next week or so. And hopefully I get to diamond and S rank by the end of the month. I'm going to keep going for that goal even though it's long eluded me. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot more Duelyst, playing a lot more Hearthstone. I've recently been feeling that that TCG kick, man. It's hitting hard. Maybe it's just with the addition of Vanar and Songhai in my character rotation that the game has been becoming a lot more interesting. And I definitely, like, I've said it like a million times about this point, but Vanar is so fun to play right now because it feels like every turn is a puzzle to maximize every action. Whereas, like, once again, harking on not Songhai, but Lionar, and even Songhai to a certain extent, it just feels like you brute force your way to a win. So it's nice to kind of change it up a little bit. Like, just like this common card, this Heart Sister, or by default card, is so incredibly powerful for board control and yeah, just general board control. So there we go. I've got 3 minions on the board. He does have that Sword of Mechazord up there, which is going to get some pretty good value. It's going to attack me, attack my Heart Sister, and it's going to stay alive. But I've still got those 2-3 healing mystics, which actually I wouldn't be surprised if those saw a nerf where they the health went down to 2. Or if maybe the health went down to 1. No, I feel like that's kind of its thing. I think its health, as a neutral card, I think it should be a 2-2 for 2. And heal 2. Instead of a 2-3. I think it's a tad too powerful as it is, but we'll see how it goes. As a neutral card, I should maintain. When you get into class cards, I feel like class cards should be almost always 25% better. Like, if you break down across, I don't know, like 100 cards from each. I hope you can't hear that. It's a tornado siren going off, but it's probably just a test. Man, that's annoying. And I totally lost my train of thought, too. What was I saying? Yeah, if you average out the cost stat lines and perceived effect for each card, 100 each of neutral, 100 each of class, and you average it out, I feel that class cards should be, on average, 25% better across the board. So when you have this healing mystic, maybe it's just it's a result of this game still being in relatively early beta. Well, maybe it's not early beta. It's been out for a while now. But those damn sirens, I keep losing my train of thought. Because it's like, what if it's actually a tornado barreling towards me? But it's not. I definitely would have heard about it. I mean, I am hearing about it, but hear about it somewhere else. What was I saying? Damn you, tornado. I completely lost it. Okay, so let's just talk about what we've got going on here. So I've generally been keeping the pressure on. But he was able to get out that 5/5 card that deals 2 damage to all of the minions. It's incredibly dangerous to play up against. So it says test on the tornado thing. So I turn it into this dragon, which is another effect for that card, like I was saying earlier. It's ambiguous in its usage, so you can use it in any kind of situation you could think of. And that's one of the situations where I don't want to deal with that 5/5, deal 2 damage every turn. And instead, I turned it into a 4/4 with flying, but now it's a 4/2. But I am losing out on health a little bit. So yeah, I did take 8 damage. In addition to using my turn. So that really hurts. If I had a Hailstorm Prison, I absolutely would have used it, but I did not. And then he's going to heal, which puts me even further behind. So it's not looking too good for me right now. And I think I spend a good amount of time trying to figure out a way I can kill that 4/4 and continue playing. I definitely don't want to double Chromatic Cold it just for this 4/4. So I think about attacking it, but that's a lot of damage. I think about like trying to get it as far away from me as possible, and that's what I eventually go for. I feel like there's probably a better way to deal with that. Maybe I go the double Chromatic Cold into the 2-1 ping or the Heart Sister, but both of those options, they both leave me at 10 health, and I just gave up my most powerful form of removal. At least I think it's generally more powerful than Hailstorm Prison. So the best case scenario right there, he trades his 4-4 into my 4-4. That is absolutely optimal for me. I would have done that in a heartbeat. So I'm glad he did it for me. And then he trades over his Rush minion for my Heart Sister. So even though at the end of the turn I'm still coming out behind, I feel like that's the best possible situation that could have gone for me. I think in his situation, if I was him, I would have just gone for trying to finish me off. If he did, I'd be at like 2 health, I think, or something like that. He wouldn't have board control, but he also has a ton of health. So I'm just trying to ping down this his claws right now, which I do actually get off, which is good. But there's still a 12 health differential, even though I do have a bit of board control. So it's looking pretty bleak right now. It doesn't take a whole lot, but thankfully Magmar doesn't have a ton of burst out of hand. Outside of his claws, anyway. Well, I mean, he does have that 4-4 Frenzy Rush card, but that is only 4 damage. I feel like I've just listed like a handful of exceptions to the rule. But, you know. So there's the Dancing Blade. Such a good card. I think just if you're just starting out, Dancing Blade should be your top priority card to craft. Get 3 of those. They work in just about every deck. The only things off the top of my head you may be hesitant about. Burn Songhai, because it's a very costly card, and Songhai doesn't really go for board control. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. Magmar and Lionar love this card. Vanar loves this card. Vetruvian, would he like? I have absolutely no idea about Vetruvian. Not only do I not play a lot of Vetruvian, but I don't play against very many Vetruvians. Especially after that third wish nerf. The third wish nerf. So yeah. Not a ton of Vetruvians. So he uses that egg, which is, you know, it's Magmar. And I really don't want to go harp on this, but I find it so strange that Magmar, this, you know, berserker beast, has the most removal in the game. I'm pretty sure he has the single most removal cards in the game, and it's so painful. So things are starting to really even out here. I've got 2 beefy minions on the board, and my health is coming back. So things are looking good, and then he uses another form of removal. removal. Every turn, removal. Magmar. At one point, I wanted to play as Magmar. Not anymore. And so he's got that, he put out his Megazord. I don't care, I've got Chromatic Cold. It dispels the space, which is notable, instead of a specific unit. So you can use that to actually dispel mana units, not mana units, mana tiles, shadow creep, and anything that is untargetable. Any minion that is untargetable, rather. So I go ahead and go for my weapon upgrade. And I don't attack with that 1/1 minion that got metamorphosized, because that would just kill it. But if I wait, it turns back into its 4/4 self. Megazord is going to take a while to get over here. Still very dangerous though, and we get to take a look at it. It's a very nice looking card, by the way. I love the look of that card. It actually may not be looking as good as it possibly could, because I have all the graphic settings set to low. I don't know why, but like it seems like my computer doesn't run it very well. Even though this isn't a very graphically intensive game, I still lose a whole bunch of frames when I play it, which is, or it lags a little bit, which is not good. I don't want this game to lag at all. I want my moves to be crisp and clean and quick. So I'm pretty much, you know, I've got so little to really bring it back right now. I've got the Hailstorm Prison. That's not going to be very useful. I've got the Archon Spellmaster, Spellbinder, whatever. And I got the Aspect of the Mountain. The Aspect of the Mountain is it's an interesting one that might be able to bring me back into this game. So I think what I go ahead and Aspect of the Mountain my Emerald Rejuvenator, and then attack the egg. Okay, so I move that up, and I get rid of the 2/2. I get rid of the egg, and then I get rid of that 1/1 that's right next to me. So I'm falling back behind a little bit because of my health, but it's coming back a little bit, and I can eventually deal with the Megazord. It's not a big deal. And notably, I think he attacks his Primus Fist instead of my character. I think it's much more valuable to get rid of that weapon charge and to get a little bit more damage on me. Oh, does he finish me right here? If he has a weapon, then he finishes me. I don't remember how this ends. 2 more damage. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have 2 more damage. But still, I'm incredibly far behind, and I don't think I can pull it back from here. I don't think I have lethal in my hand. Spellbinder doesn't do a whole lot, and Hailstorm Prison also doesn't do a whole lot for me. So I've got 7 damage. Oh, I go ahead and just trade it over. Yeah, I'm just trying to survive as long as possible. Let's say I did attack, I would have 10, 11 damage tops, and then he would just kill me the next turn. Oh, actually, I couldn't even attack him if I wanted to. Unless I want to try and force a draw, but I'm not entirely certain how that works. I didn't really want to attempt it. I feel like I could have still won this game. I'm pretty sure I'd lose it. It's only 2 damage. And then he heals himself again, right? Yeah. If he had just been a little bit lower in health, I probably could at least force a draw, but... Oh well, a couple points of health, that's all it takes. And I think that's the end of this game. Yeah, and I've got nothing on my bar. I just kind of go, whatever. Hailstorm Prison, everything. There's nowhere I can go that would keep me from dying. Yeah. If things were, I think, again, maybe if things are a little bit different, I might be able to do that. But I didn't even have card advantage then, so there's nothing for me.